Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Sarah Wong. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Rival lawmakers clash in Legislative Council as controversy over extradition amendments takes an ugly twist. Pork poised to cost more as government cuts 6,000 pigs after first local case of African swine fever. Sino-US trade talks set to continue, but China insists it won't cave in on matters of principle. Chaos erupted in the Legislative Council this morning as rival groups of lawmakers tried to use the same room to discuss the controversial extradition amendments. 4 lawmakers were injured, among them Democrat Gary Fan, who was taken to hospital on a stretcher. Yu Ping reports.
It was the calm before the storm when Abraham Shek and his pro-Beijing allies made their way to Abuse Committee meeting tasked with scrutinizing the controversial extradition amendments. But the Pan Democrats were one step ahead and began a rival session in the same room 30 minutes earlier. Scuffles broke out when the pro-government lawmakers arrived. Pan Democrats say James To was elected chairman at Abuse Committee meeting last week, but their rivals and the Legislative Secretariat branded that meeting as illegitimate. Shek managed to enter the room with the help of his allies, but opposition lawmakers blocked him from occupying the chairman's seat. Democrats Eddie Chu and Gary Fan stood on the table to stop Shek. Fan fell to the floor during the chaos and was taken on a stretcher to Queen Mary Hospital, where he was reported to be in stable condition. The pandemonium forced the pro-establishment camp to leave the room, but the drama didn't end there. The Legislative Secretariat then announced through the broadcasting system that the meeting would resume in another room at around 11:45 a.m. Shek declared the session open and began the process of selecting a chairman. That prompted the Pan Democrats to surround him. "I want to nominate," they chanted. The meeting turned into a shouting match, with members yelling out the names of their preferred candidates for chairman. Shek eventually adjourned the meeting without electing a chairman. He scheduled another session for Tuesday, when government officials would be present. 3 pro-government lawmakers went to Wan Chai police station this afternoon to report that they were assaulted during the chaos. Elizabeth Kwok said she was hit on the head, while Alice Mack and Ben Chang complained of arm and shoulder injuries. Yu Ping, HKIBC.
The finger-pointing continued after the meeting, with each side blaming the other for the unruly scenes. Here's Yu Ping again.
The war of words between Pan Democrats and pro-government lawmakers intensified after Abraham Shek adjourned the meeting. Each camp blamed the other for triggering the chaos after both ran parallel versions of the Bills Committee. Pro-democracy convener Claudia Mo denounced the session presided by Abraham Shek.
It's all contemptible and ludicrous because his meeting, as I keep repeating, is perfectly illegal. It's unconstitutional.
But Shek said his legality came from the House Committee, which had passed guidelines enabling him to replace Democrat James To as presiding legislator. The House Committee is dominated by pro-government lawmakers.
If they are not happy with what House Committee, there is always a route, go to judicial review.
Shek said the disruption today was the worst he has witnessed in his 19 years as a legislator. Opposition lawmakers blamed the government.
Culprit number 1 definitely it's Carrie Lam, who tried so hard, so obvious to all, to try to push through this evil law, this so-called fugitives law that would sell Hong Kong's interests down the river. And through her goons and thugs at the legislature, they're trying to twist all the house rules, all our supposed regulations in order to fit their end. And that's what caused the chaotic situation this morning.
HKIBC.
Hong Kong is counting 6,000 pigs after detecting its first case of African swine fever. Pig traders oppose the move, but are expected to be compensated at market prices. A pig imported from Guangdong tested positive for African swine fever at a Shangshui slaughterhouse last night, prompting the government to order the culling of 6,000 pigs.
In order to minimize the risk of ASF virus spreading from the slaughterhouse, all pigs in Shangshui slaughterhouse will be culled so that thorough cleansing and also disinfection could be conducted.
Chen stressed that the virus cannot be transmitted to humans, adding that well-cooked pork is safe to eat. The move has angered pork merchants. The chairman of the Pork Traders General Association, Hui Wai-kin, accused the authorities of handling the matter badly. All 6,000 pigs have gone through several examinations, and the quality of these pigs is absolutely guaranteed, Hui maintained. Destroying perfectly healthy pigs is equal to executing the innocent. The pork traders demanded that the pigs worth $80 million be thoroughly inspected. Until the all-clear is given, the city